Hey race fans, it's race day, top 5 with me, Frank 5. Road course racing, left and right turns? What? And it's all in wine country, Sonoma, California, one of the most popular places where you can find your different types of wine. And at the end of the day, the winner gets to celebrate with a tablet of wine drinking down. And for the first time in a long time, a back-to-back winner at Sonoma. Number 1, Martin Truex Jr., who was the defending winner of this race and already has a 3-time winner this season, gets his 4th win of the year and his 3rd career win at Sonoma Raceway in the Toyota, the Savemart Company's 350 at the Infineon Raceway today on a day where we how do I put this into words? We were able to reintroduce the Carousel section for the first time that we haven't ran since about 1997, 1998. It's been a while. I mean, I wasn't born around that time or alive at that time to understand the point of the Carousel. Truex Jr. just flat out dominated today's race, putting a stomping on the field. I mean, we all know how good he was last year. That was in Furniture Row with Gibbs cars. But with the actual Gibbs cars and the actual Gibbs team just shows how dedicated and fully committed he is to this entire team and to racing itself. Martin Truex Jr. is on a tear to make a run for his 2nd career championship this year. I mean, him with actual Gibbs cars and Gibbs guys and being at the shop is benefiting him to make a run for the championship this season. It's been unbelievable. And he made a pretty good call with Cole Pern's crew chief towards the end of the final stage, pitting with about 25 laps to go and putting a couple laps ahead of his teammate competitor for the win, Kyle Busch. I mean, he literally had to hold him off on sort of worn out tires, but Kyle made a mistake and, just benefited Truex all the way. He was able to take the win over Kyle Busch, who finished 2nd, Ryan Blaney 3rd, Matt DiBenedetto 4th, and Denny Hamlin 5th. Number 2, Kyle Busch, like I mentioned, was keeping tabs with Martin Truex Jr. for most of the race. The problem was on that last pit stop, he actually went a couple laps further than Truex did after Truex made his pit stop. Kyle went a little bit further, and then he pitted the last second. Apparently, he had radio problems, and he couldn't hear the team. So, it probably cost him the win, and he kind of says on the radio, yeah, that's my fault. I'm stupid. He kept saying that a lot this week. He actually had a spin in the carousel during practice. So, still a strong weekend for the 18 team, and, he wanted to sip a glass of wine, but you know what? There's always next year for Kyle Busch. Number 3, Matt DiBenedetto. Where did this come from? Where did that come from? What an excellent performance for Matt DiBenedetto and Levine Family Racing. DiBenedetto's first career top 5, exceeding his best career finish, which was 6th in 2016 at Bristol, Thunder Valley. I mean, Matt DiBenedetto at the end of the race credited his fellow NASCAR colleague, who's now a part-timer and commentates the sports cars on NBC, A.J. Allmendinger, for helping him with road course racing. I mean, that 95 car was, qualified in the top 20, but they actually ran top 10 for most of the race. I felt like, that was just going to be on strategy, but they actually earned this finish. They seriously did. And I'm one of the guys that supports Matt DiBenedetto through his career because, he's been one of the good guys. People adore him. He's like a fan favorite. DiBurrito, or Guido as they call him. Guido's kind of like his middle name or nickname. Really good run for DiBenedetto and the team. They hadn't had a top 10 yet this year. This was a big shot in the arm, especially considering there are rumors that maybe he could be out of the car because this was a 1-year deal for him. But I thought it was a 2-year deal. I mean, who is to believe, the team or social media? You can never tell. But DiBenedetto has been kind of under fire as far as like the performance of the team this year, especially with the alliance with Gibbs Racing, kind of taking a page out of Furniture Row Racing. But, I mean, it's just, they were strong at Daytona in the 500. They led the most laps until they got crashed, and they've kind of been downhill since then. They had a good performance at Bristol, and we all know how good he is there. It had kind of really been struggling lately, but it was a really good result for the team today, and carried some momentum going into Daytona in just a couple of weeks where they could possibly get a playoff spot with the victory. I mean, I think this team is built to build more top 10s and top 15s as the season progresses. I mean, would I love to bet DiBenedetto to win a race one day? Absolutely. I think he's got the talent for it. He just needs that little bit of luck and that little bit of push to the end, and he can get the job done. So credit to Bob Levine and the whole team for bringing a fast car to Matt DiBenedetto this weekend. And for A.J. Allmendinger helping Matt DiBenedetto, thank you very much. That's probably all the Benedetto fans said to him today. Number 4, driver recap will be Chase Elliott. We had a really good race car at the beginning of the day. I mean, we were strong like our teammate William Byron was. It was hung there, led a couple laps, fell behind Truex, and I felt like we were in position for a top 3 podium finish until the motor broke on the last pit stop. So we blew second engine failure for Chase Elliott. These Hendrick engines have been really good to him, and I'm really surprised that, Hendrick really doesn't have a lot of engine problems. I mean, this track can be a little bit tough on engines, but just don't know what happened. It's 2 back-to-back weeks where, we don't get top 5 finishes. I really hope we don't go into a skid going into the next few races. I don't think it's the case because we've had some really fast race cars. Just need to get the finishes back together and continue to be on a roll towards the playoffs because they're only a couple of months away. And number 5 would have to be talking about the Carousel section that we've been I talked about at the beginning of this show. We introduced the Carousel that's been around for Sonoma for a couple of years. Then we got rid of it, and then from 1999 to 2018, last year, we had the configuration that some of the newer NASCAR fans over the years, including myself, been used to seeing. We went back to the Carousel section today. It's like where the Indy cars used to drive. If NASCAR fans watch IndyCar series, the section the Indy cars run from compared to NASCAR. That's exactly where they were today. Ran parts of the drag strip, but I guess NHRA guys do. I don't know. Nobody made a lot of mistakes in that section, honestly. I mean, in practice, but in the race, nobody really went wide or spun around anything. So great job by everybody, all the 38 cars in the race today for not losing their car in the middle of the carousel in turn 6 and 6A. So that was a pretty good performance by all those guys. And finally, I want to take this last moment to talk about another big landmark today other than the 50th anniversary of Sonoma Raceway itself. Today was not only the last race for NASCAR at Fox this season until February, but today was the last broadcast for NASCAR Hall of Famer, 3-time NASCAR champion, 84-time winner, tied for 4th in the all-time win list with Bobby Allison, and 1989 Daytona 500 winner, Darrell Waltrip, or as we like to call him, DW. What a remarkable career this guy's had, obviously in the car, but I think we're all mostly remember him for his career as a broadcaster for NASCAR on Fox. He's been there since day one of the 2001 Daytona 500, where his little brother Mikey won the 500, but lost a great friend in Dale Earnhardt in turns 4. But he's been able to bring a lot of sense of humor and passionism and enthusiasm to the races every single weekend. I mean, people probably have been hard over Darrell Waltrip over the years, but after he made the announcement about he was going to retire at the end of the 2019 Fox schedule at Sonoma today at Bristol, where he is honestly the king of Bristol, it was a little bit tough for me, and all the fans sent enormous thank yous and messages and all types of lovely comments to Darrell Waltrip. I mean, people have been kind of hating him over the years because he's so annoying, but at the end of the day, so much respect for this man and what he's been able to do as a broadcaster. I mean, we all know he's a great race car driver, but at the end of the day, I mean, his Fox days have been unbelievable, and Darrell, I would like to say, as a fan of yours, as a NASCAR fan, and looking up to you as a broadcaster and everything, what I want to do one day, I want to say thank you for all the years of enthusiasm and all your best opening line to start a race, which I'm going to say in a few moments. Every single Sunday or Saturday night race that you guys had on Fox, I just enjoyed listening to you. Sundays and Saturdays and the Daytona 500 next year aren't going to be the same without you, buddy. Hopefully your brother Michael takes your spot. I'm not sure what's going to happen, but I wish you the best of luck in your retirement with your wife Stevie, your 2 daughters, and your new granddaughter. And wish you the best, and hopefully we'll still see you at the track. And I'm going to miss you, and to honor you and your entire racing career and broadcasting career, I got to say your opening line to every time that green flag drops to start a NASCAR race, which I just love to hear. For the final time, my friend, boogity, boogity, boogity. Let's go racing, boys. Really going to miss you, Darrell. Thank you for everything. We're going to miss you. So up next weekend is the Chicagoland race, the Camping World 400, Overton's 400, whatever you want to call it. I'll find a sponsor. I'll find it eventually. And NASCAR on NBC is back. Dale Earnhardt Jr., Rick Allen, Jeff Burton, Steve Letarte, and the rest of the NBC crew are back to take you for an exciting start. It'll take you to the start of Chicagoland, and they'll take you to the Checkers and Homestead to crown a new NASCAR champion. What's going to happen next weekend as we go back to 550 horsepower package? Will Martin Truex Jr. accomplish continue the dominance? Will Kevin Harvick find a way to get back to victory circle because the guy still hasn't won a race yet this season? Or will somebody new that we really don't have the chance to talk about too much, like Eric Almirola, Daniel Suarez, William Byron, or Kyle Larson, get to victory circle? Or the big question still, as we're all waiting for, can Jimmie Johnson break the winless streak that's been going on since the 2017 spring race at Dover? We are going to find out next week. So anyways, subscribe, like, congrats to MTJ, and congrats once again, Darrell, on a wonderful broadcasting career. Until then, see you later.